Hello, fellow Nazi hunters. This is your evil twin, welcoming you back to Let's Play Wolfenstein. In the last episode, we unleashed 1,000 mutant creatures and blew up a secret facility beneath the farm. What's this? I don't think I've checked this out. Luckily, I think most of the creatures were wiped out by the explosion, so we haven't unleashed hell on earth.
As I live and breathe, it's BJ Blazkowicz, the hero of Eisenstadt. I can't wait to tell everyone I've met you. I was next on the list to be thrown through the portal and turned into one of those creatures. Bless you.
Okay, that's how they were creating all those creatures. Must have been quite a conga line of people getting put into that portal, given the number of creatures they had. Now over there is the Golden Dawn safe house. I'd like to go there to report my success. Ah.
Move out! Nothing hurts him! Take him!
Oh.
Taking him!
Yes. Shield, very useful.
You're the one everybody in town is talking about, aren't you?
Yeah, it's him. He single-handedly attacked that Nazi dig site just outside of town.
My brother works there. He said after you left, the Nazis were in a hurry. They boxed up something big and transported it to town.
I think the big thing is the portal that the Nazis were using to turn people into creatures.
Привет, Agent Blazkowicz.
I might be wrong about that.
Come on, get everything packed up. Dr. Alexandrov said the Nazis could be here any minute.
Slow down. They aren't knocking on the door just yet.
It's only a matter of time.
BJ, good to see you. You won't believe how much writing the Tool Society left. Of course, apparently I get to translate all of it. The feral creatures you saw at the underground base are the Gemein. Sniffers, as the Nazi guards call them. They are the results of experimentation with the Tool portal. They sniff out Black Sun energy. The Nazis use them to locate the purest of the manufactured crystals. Здравствуйте, BJ. I heard about your battle at the church. Sounds like it was quite exciting. So, the device you destroyed was actually something the Nazis used to draw power from the Black Sun. But its design is unstable. It could have torn a hole into the Black Sun dimension. They chose the old church because apparently the veil between dimensions is very thin there. I imagine you might actually be able to hear the other side if you were quiet enough.
So this guy is basically Mr. Exposition, but I like his exposition.
Agent Blazkowicz, I only ask you to rescue our brethren, not destroy the entire Nazi base. But you did succeed, so I have additional need of your skills. A nurse working undercover for us at a nearby hospital says that some bizarre things are happening since the Nazis took over the facility. I'd like for you to investigate. I've marked your map with its location. Try not to destroy it. Shouldn't you be going to the hospital to rendezvous with our operative there?
Yeah, he's a bit of a grumpy so-and-so, isn't he?
The facility you discovered beneath the farm was used by the Nazis to grow new crystals, like the ones you possess. Luckily, their man-made crystals were far less powerful. We still don't know why they wanted them, but at least now their efforts have been thwarted. Well done, Agent Blazkowicz.
Gotta say, their leader is a bit of a git, but the rest of them seem a pretty nice sort.
Ah, Agent Blazkowicz. I'm sorry, my eyes are killing me. I've been up translating ancient manuscripts for Dr. Alexandrov.
The best of luck on your mission.
Golden Dawn have just given me a new mission to go to the hospital. But I also have this optional mission, the officer's house. Yes, that was to find the decoder for the code book, so the Kreisau Circle can decode some codes. So yeah, I've just done something for the Golden Dawn. So let's give this other one a try.
BJ, I've been looking everywhere for you. The man you released from that underground Nazi base was my brother. Thank you for saving his life. I don't know why Dr. Alexandrov is unfriendly toward you. Surely soon he will see you are an ally of the Golden Dawn.
Uh-oh. What? Ha! So, back in the facility, the scientists mentioned there were a couple of handlers for controlling the creatures. I guess those handlers were scribes. And they're now rounding up escaped creatures from the city streets.
Down! Down!
Did he just reflect my bullets? Yep! Killed me with my own bullets. Note: scribes are immune to being petrified. Ah. Ow, 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 ow. Yes, one of the modifications I've made to the game is I've made these heavy troopers a bit more formidable. I've increased their walking speed, so he's actually capable of chasing you. I've increased the damage of the particle cannon, so that it actually hurts, you can't just shrug it off. And I've made it so that their weak points are now weak points rather than ridiculously fragile. His armor's bulletproof. I've made it so that the vents, they're not bulletproof, but they do take a number of hits to take them out. It seems silly that a walking tank could be blown up in just a few shots. Ouch. But I've also made it so that his weak points can now be damaged by allies, by these Chrysocircle guys, rather than just by the player. Because it used to be that only the player could destroy heavy troopers. These guys could shoot at him all day long, and they'd never be able to take him out, even if they shot his weak points. You know, they don't aim for them, but they can sometimes hit by chance. And they chuck grenades as well. So, yeah. Heavy troopers now actually something to worry about. Excellent. Got 96 particle cannon ammo from that guy. Of course, Return to Castle Wolfenstein had its own heavy troopers, armed with the Venom gun. Terribly inaccurate at long range, but monstrously powerful at short range. Because of this, the best way to take them out was to try to snipe them from a distance. And they had even more body armour than the Black Guards, and their helmets and gas marks protected them from being headshotted. So you'd need 3 sniper shots to take them out. They were also surprisingly agile, able to leap over obstacles and run about the place, and you'd often have to fight them in groups, several heavy troopers at the same time, along with a bunch of Black Guards. Now, even those guys couldn't compare to the real heavy troopers of the game, which were the prototype super soldiers. They were armed with heavy weapons such as Panzerfaust rocket launchers and Venom miniguns. Generally speaking, they were bad news. Their body armour could protect them from several sniper shots. And really the only way to effectively take them out was to turn their own weapons against them. Try to mow them down with the Venom minigun, or use high explosives on them. Once they let you get your hands on a Panzerfaust rocket launcher, they weren't so much, they weren't too difficult to deal with. They would take 3 rockets to eliminate. But then, of course, they throw a whole load of them at you to make sure that you'll run out of rockets and be forced to switch back to your other weapons. So, yeah, I found them pretty entertaining to fight. They really seemed like a good test of your skills so far, and a good reason to pull out the big guns for a while. The same can't be said for the boss fight, though, against the Super Soldier Mark II. That was a total nightmare.
Do not confuse it with the mere prototypes you have encountered. This is the pinnacle of all my research. Das Supersoldat. The Super Soldier. Thus we see the superiority of the machine.
Yeah, the guy was armed with a Tesla gun, shoot lightning at you and hit you without even having to aim, and a Panzerfaust rocket launcher. He had insane amounts of health. I think I took about half an hour fighting this guy over and over before I finally defeated him. So yeah, I'm glad to see the back of him. But the prototype super soldiers were a good, challenging enemy, fun to fight, and that's what I'm going for with the heavy troopers in Wolfenstein 2009. With any luck, the changes I've made make them into a similar type of tough but fair enemy.
Go on in. Anton and Stefan are expecting you.
Oh, look, it's the celebrity, little brother.
Yes, Agent William B.J. Blazkowicz. A one-man propaganda campaign. I don't suppose Caroline knows what a hero you are. A man like you would never use his war credentials to impress women. Pity. I know I would.
That sounds like quite a good idea, actually.
I've learned your secret, my friend. You have quite the resume. And this, Office of Secret Actions. I've never heard of it. But I guess we all live by our secrets.
So, they've heard of the Manhattan Project, but they haven't heard of the OSA.
I still haven't worked out what your mission is here. But if we can find out who you are, we can find out what you want.
Kill the Nazis, quickly and efficiently. That's all you need to know, my friend.
I wonder what sort of price the Spear of Destiny would fetch today.
Okay, and that's somewhat surprising. Spear of Destiny was the prequel to Wolfenstein 3D back in the 90s. As far as I was aware, this game was just a sequel to Return to Castle Wolfenstein from 2001, and that game was a remake of Wolfenstein 3D, so kind of tricky for them to be in the same continuity. Then again, since Spear of Destiny was a prequel, it was a different mission. I suppose that could still have happened. Or it could just be a throwaway reference for a bit of fun. Who can say?
You know, I can see the good you're doing for Eisenstadt, but peace was never a good bet.
Oh, you're such a cynic.
We do fill a need, Blaskowitz. Without the black market, the Kreisau Circle would be fighting Nazis with slingshots.
Can I help you?
Right. Reflective crystal. This blue crystal is flawlessly clear. Used with the shield ability, this crystal reflects bullets back at those who shot them. Yeah, I like the sound of that. Improved rifling. Yes, I previously bought a recoil compensator, which reduced the kick of the weapon when firing. The improved rifling increases the long-range accuracy. So, both of those upgrades together should make it, a very accurate weapon, fully completing the gun's transformation into an imitation of the Sten gun from Return to Castle Wolfenstein. Oh, that's something to watch out for. It's very easy to accidentally select the wrong thing. Yeah, there we are. I nearly refilled my ammo instead, despite the fact that I was hovering over that option. The Big Bore Damage Upgrade. Ordinarily, it's overkill, as the Kar 98 can kill ordinary soldiers with a single bullet. But with my modifications to the game, the enemies are tough enough that it'll actually be useful. Plus it has some nice gory dismemberment effects, which are always fun. See, the particle cannon introduces a crystal catalyst to the weapon's particle generation system, reducing the time it takes the weapon to spin up and fire. That could be handy. Now, I really should mention that my modifications to the game have pretty much doubled the health of some of the enemies. I also increased the damage of the particle cannon by 1.5 times, so that it would still be powerful and effective against those tougher enemies. But it still has room for improvement, and I therefore think it's now actually worth buying that beam intensifier upgrade, so that it's just as effective against those tough SS Nazis as it was in the original unmodified game. Right, I think that's enough for the moment.
See you around, Blaskowitz.
Now, everybody knows that the more bulbs and glass tubes that you have in your ray gun, the better. The beam intensifier added 2 glass cylinders to the lower left-hand side of the gun. There's also a triangular canister on the left-hand side of the stock. That's the increased capacity upgrade that I bought just before the farm mission. I forgot to show that off earlier. The Veil catalyst for improved spin-up time doesn't cause any sort of visual change. Also, the improved rifling for the MP40 adds a sort of crosshair sight, to help you with your long-range accuracy. That's the Black Market over there, and here's the Raven's Nest Tavern, and right next door is the officer's house. Fortunately, seems they haven't bothered to lock it. How foolish of them. Right, time to find the general and steal that decoder. I do still like these searching animations. Concept art for the Thule medallion. You can see various glowing bits and spinny bits. And yes, on the medallion icon in the lower left of the screen, if I activate my powers, you can see the arms spinning around there. And yes, when my energy refills, the central orb glows purple. Binoculars. If this were Return to Castle Wolfenstein, I could pick up and use the binoculars. But the levels in this game mostly aren't large enough for them to have bothered putting any usable binoculars in. Rather nice kitchen area. Ah, elevator. That might come in handy in a minute. Don't worry, ladies, I'm not here for you. She's alright, she's just cowering. As far as I'm aware, don't think it's actually possible to accidentally hurt these ladies. Come to think of it, one Nazi in pyjamas, two scantily clad ladies. Seems I interrupted quite a good time.
Have you seen the spy in this area?
More pyjama Nazis! Wow, that is impressive.
Let's go! Hold back! Move up!
The bullets can actually penetrate multiple enemies and shoot two guys with one bullet. I forgot about that. So that's actually an advantage of the big bore damage upgrade. You know, even in the original game, it is a reason to buy it, even though the Kar 98 can do one-shot kills without it.
Sir, unfortunately, the scribe who interrogated the Golden Dawn agent at the SS base has verified our worst fear. Whoever rescued the young Golden Dawn agent from the dig site also took the remaining Thule medallion. I trust you will explain the situation to General Zeta, making certain to mention that Captain Müller was on duty at the time.
I would not like to be him. Right, I've had to fight quite a few Nazis in their underwear. I wonder how they'll react when they see my chopper. That's the reflective shield in action. Just made those Nazis shoot themselves with their own bullets.
Are you a coward?
Is nice when they give you 2 sacks of gold in the same location.
We know you're here.
Locked.
That man is a spy.
Wow, that is a pretty powerful upgrade. I wonder if the lady reclining on the bed was the General's mistress. There was a letter from her back in the train station at the start of the game. Is that everything in here? I think so. Ah, brilliant.
Sir, I regret to inform you that the young Golden Dawn agent we captured at the dig site was released by insurgent forces during a raid. The guards responsible for the lack of security have been dealt with severely as an example to others. Rest assured, all available men have been directed toward recapturing the agent as well as discovering who was behind the daring rescue.
Daring rescue, yep, that sounds like me. Ah, the old bookcase passage trick. Hey, General.
The Tirpitz were sunk off the coast of England before it could carry out its mission and destroy London with a missile attack. Unfortunately, the original Thule medallion was lost as well. Manuscripts tell of a second medallion at the dig site. Every effort must be made to locate this artifact. My research into the Vale will be severely hampered without it.
Yeah, quite the safe house he has in here. Gold, radio, stocks of food.
Come on!
Tome of Power. Got it. Right, I've had enough of this pyjama party. Let's get out of here.
Move out! Nothing seems to hurt him! This way! The American is here!
Since the codebook I stole from the warehouse is useless without the decoder, I had to go to a general's home looking for it. As expected, the house was heavily guarded, but I managed to fight my way through. Ultimately, the mission was a success. The decoder's on its way to the Kreisau Circle safe house, and the general has been permanently silenced.
Lots of goodies. Very nice. Join me on the next episode of Let's Play Wolfenstein, where we'll be heading to a dangerous new part of town and investigating the dark secrets of the hospital. That is, if I can even make it there alive. First, we've got to get past these damn monsters. There we go. What? Oh god, no!